What is going on, my patriots? It is your boy Joel's latest news and views, bringing you conservative news. This is going to be the special edition tonight. All right, we are going to take our time. I'm going to give you exclusive inside on the Breonna Taylor case. If this is your first time being with me on all my platforms, please do me a favor. Go ahead on, hit that like button, okay, on the YouTube side. Also, too, hit the subscribe button as well. And also do me a favor as well. Hit that notification bell so that way you can see what's going on as well. Also, too, first time tuning in, I say this every time I'm throughout my broadcast. If you can, please donate to the Cashapp. Joshua Joel Davis, keep the channel rolling. We're currently now at 100 subscribers on YouTube. We are currently at about 400, almost 400 followers on Periscope, and we are now over 500 followers on Twitter. So I want to say once again, thank you for you guys following me. I thank you guys so much for this journey. So enough of all that. We're going to unpack the case. So if you haven't heard today, there was a verdict rendered on the Breonna Taylor case. On the Breonna Taylor case, it was rendered that they found the officers not guilty in her death, but they did find the officers, one officer, liable for uh, doing what they call. Let me bring this up here so I can tell you what they said that charge is called. It is called. Give me 1 second here. It won't say what it's called. I gotta look at my notes, guys. Give me a sec. I just don't want to give it the wrong charge name. Look at my notes here, cause this stuff be updating so quick. 1 minute you be like, "Yo, it's about to be this," and it's not. I know it involves them shooting, and it was in a open space. There you go. It's called wanton endangerment. So I know you're probably asking, what in the world is wanton endangerment? So I'm about to break it down to you what wanton endangerment is. And I am about to share it with you guys right here on the screen. According to the Kentucky statute, someone that is guilty, give me 1 second here. According to Kentucky statute, someone is guilty of wanton endangerment is the first degree when under circumstances manifesting extreme indifferences to the value of human life. He wantonly engages in conduct which creates a substantial danger of death or serious physical injury to another person. So basically, what that means is when Officer Hankerson did the shooting that night in case of Breonna Taylor, he went up here and subjected himself to this charge because when he was shooting, he shot in the neighboring apartment and the bullets could have hit one of those people in the apartment. What's up, Sean? I ain't ignored you, brother. What's good with you? So, with that being said, that's why he got charged with that. Now, if you haven't been under a rock, if you don't know who this young lady is, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of how we got here. So Breonna Taylor was this young black female who was killed during the execution of a warrant that was on her property and this her boyfriend's on her and her boyfriend's residence, and also the residence next door that was the trap house. Now, according to these statements, the officers involved, the three officers, which I'm going to name to the rest of their names shortly, including Hankerson, they had a no knock warrant. But I don't know what made them make the decision to knock on the door, but they knocked on the door to alert these people in the residence that they were there. Well, when they bust in, dude said he freaked out, thought it was somebody trying to rob, and he shot at the police officers. When he shot at the police officers, some way, somehow, this young girl got all the shots returned back. Now, there's speculation from, science and things of that nature that a lot of people think that he used her as a shield, but we wasn't there. That's just alleged assumptions. But what we do know about this case is that he first lied on the report when the cops got him hemmed up about who shot first. He said it was her. When they found out there was no gunpowder and he was the only one with gunpowder, that's when he revealed the truth and told them, yeah, I shot first. But then when this narrative came in about this girl got killed, everybody ran with the whole thought process of cops came in, she was in the bed, he was innocent, and they just went and start shooting like cowboys. But in reality, she was never in the bed. She was in the hallway. As in, they lied about her being a present EMT. She wasn't a present EMT because she got let go because they was found a body in the trunk. And that was bad look for her workplace because of ethnic reasons, ethical reasons. So let's get on to what the verdict was today. All right. And I'm going to tell you what was told. So let me get down here. Breonna Taylor grand jury results only one cop charged in wanton endangerment. Now, this is how it happened. The grand jury has indicted just one officer, Brett Hankerson, on charges of wanton endangerment. Hawkinson was not charged for the shooting of Breonna Taylor. He was charged with shooting in a neighboring apartment. The other two officers who fired shots the night Breonna Taylor was killed were not charged. In other words, no one was charged for killing Breonna. Hankerson has been indicted on 3 counts of wanton endangerment in the first degree for firing recklessly and without due regard for life. His bail has been set to the maximum of $15,000. Wanton endangerment takes a maximum penalty of 5 years if convicted. The indictment has already angered Reverend Al Sharpton, called it grossly insufficient. Attorney General Daniel Cameron called Breonna's death a gut-wrenching tragedy, but said his job is to follow the law. He said the civil rights violations the federal government can charge officers who cross the line. But civil rights lawyer Lee Merritt told TMZ Live, aka the ambulance chaser number 2, a few minutes ago that he believed the fix was in between Cameron and Trump is not going to tolerate federal charges. Why they always got to bring Trump into this? It's not nowhere near about Trump. I'm about to, before I go any further on this, Trump has nothing to do with it. When I get through doing the initial thing tonight, I'm going to show y'all the link of show you evidence, and the link is going to be in the description of my stuff here tonight, that this young lady was neck deep in the drug game. She was neck deep. Every guy she dealt with was a dope boy. She knew what she was getting into. She would take conversations, and while these guys was in jail, the ex-boyfriend and the current boyfriend, when they asked her to do something respectfully when it comes to in between the trap houses. So she's not innocent. This is what's making me so mad. And then to say that, well, Trump and him, they could have arrested these officers on what? He is a attorney general. His job is to chase the facts. He comes there trying to shoot off emotions and trying to get these guys in the courtroom on a case. He's going to make his own self look like a jackass because they're going to lose because they did everything to the law. The only thing that was done wrong was the officer shooting in a space where the apartments at nearby. And he probably did that because he was rattled with this guy shooting at his partners. And he's probably going to get off on that. I don't know if that was a diss or what. I'm so thankful that something will be happening to you. Okay. Okay. All right. I understand that. I understand where you're coming from and you had on emotion. But let me ask you something, his and her, since you're wanting to jump in on the comment. If you doing illegal activity and you know that the illegal activity that you involved in, the people has been following you. They have been, the feds been watching you. The cops been watching you. You've been under investigation. What? I don't even know what this dude is saying. He sounds ridiculous. I mean, I'm just being realistic about it. I mean, at the end of the day, if you go out here and you mess with drugs, this is the end result. You put yourself in this situation. You know what I'm saying? And that's just straight facts. And I don't care what all the trolls say. Don't care. It don't matter to me because right is right and wrong is wrong. I mean, this girl was not no angel. And in fact, I'm gonna show it right here. Since people want to troll so bad, watch and see how these trolls jump off. Exactly. What about the company you keep? Exactly. It's about the company you keep. How are we wrong? So you mean to tell me all of a sudden we're wrong now because of the fact of the matter that she was reckless? Her family got $12 million for her death, and now you want to destroy officer lives who did their job, who now will never be able to work in that city again? Man, get out of here. Get out of here. We ain't got time for it. I mean, you entitled to your own opinion, but you get that out of here. Yeah, she was Patrina Hudson. I'm about to show y'all in a minute. Merritt noted that the medical examiner ruled Breonna's death a homicide, yet that seemed lost on the grand jury. Merritt also mentioned an old legal joke that the grand juries would indict a ham sandwich, meaning prosecutors have an easy time securing criminal charges. The question, did the AG press for a homicide indictment? We don't know because the proceedings are secret. And then Cameron assured the public that the officers claimed they did knock and announce themselves and said it was backed up by a civilian witness who was in one of the neighboring apartments. A journalist asked Cameron if one witness coming forward to say they heard the police announcing themselves was enough when no other neighbors could confirm it. Now, Cameron skirted the question and said it was clearly enough for the grand jury. There's more, he goes on to say, that the officers received no response at the door. They entered. Sergeant Jonathan Matley, that is the leader of this brigade, was the first one, and apparently saw Breonna and her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, standing at the end of the hall. Thank you. Yeah, he was, Sean. Very much. Very much. Very much, yeah. Rev Talks, he was awesome today. Cameron said Mattingly. All right, so basically he saw him in the hall. He also claimed that Walker was in a shooting stance with a gun in hand, and he fired at Mattingly first, who was struck in the thigh. Cameron says Mattingly returned fire, shooting 6 times, while another officer behind him, Miles Cosgrove, also returned fire, unloading 16 rounds. As for Hankinson, Cameron said he fired 10 rounds from outside, which went everywhere into another unit. So that what happened. They had straight chaos. They knocked on the door. Dude didn't answer because he thought that somebody was coming in to rob him. Okay, because again, they live a dope boy and a dope girl life. No, she wasn't no EMT. The girl ain't been an EMT for for years, going on 2 years. She got caught up with a rental with the body. I'm finna show y'all the link right here. Give me a second. As soon as I tell you this, I'm finna show you all of the paperwork that was put out before this case. That's why nobody wasn't shocked, should be shocked by the verdict. This girl was not no angel. Now, Cameron said that Breonna was struck 6 times and that the forensic reports indicate that one fatal bullet that killed her likely came from Cosgrove's weapon. He stressed that there wasn't conclusive evidence that Hankinson bullets hit her. It was just Mattingly and Cosgrove. Cameron said his office couldn't look into any criminality around her death, as he said the 2 officers inside was authorized and justified their use of force under Kentucky law. And then, it goes on to being Crump and them, the other King ambulance chaser, getting in his feelings because, again, he couldn't conceal the verdict. He got the $12 million for the family, but he couldn't conceal the verdict, which he wasn't worried about that anyway. He done got paid. So we finna go into what y'all want to see, the meat and potatoes, and we finna go right into this report right here. That's what we about to go into now, because I'm about to give it to you raw. Now, I'm going to go and put this maximize. I'll still be with you guys, and I'm going to break it down to y'all while this is going down, because these are documentation and real stuff from the report. All right. And while I don't know this person trolling, they can troll. I don't care. I'm finna read it to you. All right. So I'm going to try to see if I can zoom in and get it in full screen for y'all. I don't know if I can do full screen or not. But anyway, this is how the investigation starts. So you got this. And like I said, I'm going to put the link in the bottom of this. And it all starts. This right here. They got pictures of her car right here being at the dope boy house. And they started it in reverse. They started from on January 2020 on back. So they've been investigating this girl ever since 2018. So this is 2020 starting in that way. Right here. Here you go right here with the trap house. Once again, she right there along with her ex-boyfriend. All this is information they've been collecting. Jailhouse conversation, jail phone call, right here. Example, Jay Glover, which is her ex-boyfriend, already calling her, says, "Chop, that girl that got killed over you." And Jay Glover says, "K. Bradley, why would you say that shit over me though? All my mail and shit, my mail, and all that stuff." It's just all these conversations. I mean, they just deep. She was deep in it, man. It's a 40-page document. And I mean, that's just facts. It goes deep. Yes, right. Document all the way down to the warrant. Listen. That's why people follow me on this, man. Oh, I got you. It's gonna be right there after I do this today. The link is gonna be up there. That's why people follow me. I give you facts. I don't give you that bullshit. And actually, shout out to Tatum, Brandon Tatum, TatumReport.com. He was the first one to get his hands on this when he kept telling everybody this girl was not innocent. But everybody kept saying, oh no, she was in the bed asleep. Oh no. But this is actual fact. You know, I don't put things out. I don't wish death on nobody. I'm like everybody else. I'm a true patriot. You know, it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? We want everybody to be informed because if you're not informed, how in the hell you gonna know what's going on? Exactly. Why would he lie? Exactly. And his resources said the same thing. And see, that's why the attorney general had to do what he had to do. Well, hey man, that's the same country that you in anyway, bro. So hey, you telling me that? That's telling yourself that. Ain't hurt me. But I'll put the link for you there so you can get the education. Maybe it might change your mind. I'm just letting you know. These are facts. And what makes it so sad is that the city now has to experience all this unrest because of lies. Because of a lie. You got athletes out here talking about say a name and things like that over lies, man. I mean, nobody deserves that. Nobody at all. Nobody deserves that. I mean, I'm just being real about it. Nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves it at all. But hey, that's life, man. That's what happens. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. And oh yeah, thanks for the feedback too, brother. I appreciate you. Hey, what's going on? What's good with you too? So we're gonna move right along. We're gonna get past this. We're gonna go to the next phase of what's going on now with the update. So we done talked about the case. We done talked about how we got here. Now I'm gonna give y'all some insight of what everybody else is saying. So let's go and let's skip this part here and let's go into what the actual Democrats and liberals are saying. And I'm about to show y'all in 1 minute. Give me 1 second here. So I'm putting this cat on timeout because I ain't got time for somebody trying to bully me on my own stuff. So whoever you are, you on timeout. How you like that? You won't be able to put on messages up. Congratulations, you're crazy. So let's get back to what Omar and these other Dems are saying. Okay. So the Democrats are currently right now denouncing the charges levied in the case of Breonna Taylor's death as an injustice after one of the three officers involved, they claim, was with wanton endangerment. Now, I had a feeling that they was going to get Officer Brett Hankerson on something because he got fired. So usually when they got fired, they had already made the decision where he was going to be charged with this wanton endangerment. Now I knew they weren't going to charge the sergeant or Officer Miles Cosgrove, because they did everything by procedure, except for they shouldn't have knocked on the door. But that's neither here or there. So next thing you know, you got people like the Democratic Senator from Massachusetts saying stupid stuff like this. The police murdered Breonna Taylor while she was sleeping in her own home. Lie. She was in the hall. Today, our justice system decided that these officers will not be held accountable. This is grave and shameful injustice. No, it's not. It's justice. Moving right along. Then we had someone else that wrote on. He also wrote on Twitter too. Black lives will not matter until we hold police accountable for black deaths. Invest more in our communities than the criminalization and dismantle the structures of racial oppression in our country and ensure all people are truly equal in the eyes of the law. People are. I don't know how you're going to say something like that when y'all guys, the liberals, ain't even practicing what you're preaching. Y'all running around here talking about accountability and all these powerful words, but y'all ain't even putting out accountability in y'all own district. You got Baltimore, who's been run down, looking like shit for the past 50 something years. And they've been straight Democrat all those years. And ain't none of these people that's been in the position of power has created any positive programs, have done anything to stop crime, has done anything to slow down poverty. So why in the hell are y'all talking about that nobody's not being held accountable? The police is the one on the front line. The police is the one that's got to defuse the situation. Now, yeah, there is some bad cops out there. True. But 9 times out of 10, these cops don't wake up in the morning talking about, you know what, today I want to kill someone today. Let me see about this pregnant mom that's about to give birth. Let me give her 5 or 10 shots. Oh, let me look at this single dad here. Let me give him 12 shots. It doesn't work that way. These people, 90% of the time, do not comply. They either fighting the police, they either running from the police, or they either done got themselves in a situation where they know they got warrants and they got charges and they don't want to go to jail. So they want to play the whole, I'm going to try to outrun the radio and the cops and everything else. You can't do that. If you want to live a safe life, you do things safely and accordingly. So it just makes me sick for them to say stuff like that. Once again, the law says the property is more valuable than black life. How is the property more valuable than black life? They got $12 million. It ain't like they didn't get uncompensated. They got taken care of. They got the most historical settlement ever. I'm just with it. I'm just over it all, man. I'm just going to come through with the facts. It doesn't make any sense that we running around here tearing up a city, acting a fool over people who cause their own demise. Again, rest in peace to Breonna Taylor. I hate this young lady got cut down on her prime, but I'm quite sure somebody in her family or somebody in her circle of friends, colleagues, professionals, somebody must have told her more than one time, Breonna, slow down. This is not the life you need to be living. I'm quite sure someone did. She chose not to do it. So now this is where we at. So moving past that, so we got everybody saying, civil rights case this, civil rights case that. Let's see here. We got Breonna Taylor case will raise some questions. The civil rights attorney Dale Parks. To me, I feel like this. The family got the justice they was looking for, damn near. You got $12 million because you said you was thankful for $12 million. After you pay the ambulance chaser, you're going to have about $6 million to yourself. Maybe 5. Then you're going to turn around here. They done put a law in this girl's name where they got to do a knock order to serve warrants. You got everybody running around here thinking that your daughter was an angel and never touched anything illegal in the world or wouldn't do anything illegal. When they gave you that settlement, that should have told you right then that that's what you was gonna get. You was not gonna get no conviction. And now everybody acting like, well, they should have got a conviction. On what? What are you gonna convict? They would have went to the court and it would have been hard to prove because they did everything they supposed to do. The boy even admit that he shot back at the police. And his name was on the warrant. And then after all that went down, they never could go and search it properly because they had to deal with this situation. I mean, man, I'm telling y'all, man, I'm sorry, but this right here, to me, I feel like at the end, nobody won. Nobody won. Because now we got a young lady that's dead. We got a family who is never gonna be satisfied because they feel like in their mind that they should have got somebody should have got arrested and charged with their loved one's murder, even though their loved one was at fault, wrong place, wrong time. And you got officers who probably will never be able to work in that city again or any other city because their name attached to a landmark case where everybody is going to be having a controversial decision whether they do it or not. The moral of the story is, guys, you got to watch the company you keep because this day and age, you mess around with trash, it gets in your eye. You lay down with fleas, it's going to get all over you. You got to watch who you deal with, whether you like it or not, and that is straight facts. And until we as Americans realize that, this is the situation we're going to wind up being in. This is the situation we're going to wind up being in. I mean, I hate to be that way, but it's just the truth. I mean, we got a lot of people here who are right now hurting because of what's going on with this young lady. But what can you do? I mean, what can you do in this day and age? I mean, and then these ambulance chases don't make it better for the family. Because in the end of the day, they promise these families, oh, I'll go get you justice. But they don't because they can't. Because 9 out of 10, the family members in the wrong. But they get them some money because they need some money. And it's just a hustle, man. People like Benjamin Crump, Lee Merritt, I can't respect. They're not real civil rights lawyers. Real civil rights lawyers are the lawyers back in the 60s that usually would, when we was oppressed as black people, would break it down to a science. Thurgood Marshall, all of them, those are the real OG civil rights lawyers. These guys here, they just trying to get a money grab. That's what they're doing. They're not doing no positive work. When they get their check from these families, from these settlements, they may send them families a card and that's it. They done built them a portfolio. Move on to the next victim. So no, I don't have respect for them. I don't want them to fight in my defense. I'm sorry. Something happens to me and I'm in the wrong. Get me somebody different. I don't want no ambulance chaser. I want a real fucking lawyer. Somebody that's going to take pride in what they do, not take pride in the plight of others, because that's the only time you hear about them. They in the business of sadness and spreading nothing but fear in the black community and any other community they can spread it through. Spreading fear in the black community and creating this unnecessary guilt in the white community, which is retarded. That's keeping us divided. And I'm just keeping it straight real with you. And that's just what it is, man. So that's all I got for y'all guys tonight. Again, if you like what I did, please, man, donate to the cause. You know what I'm saying? Also, too, follow me on Facebook. Definitely follow me on Facebook. Also, follow me on Instagram. That's my latest right there. And you can also follow me on Venmo. Until then, y'all stay safe. Be easy.